Ray Fonso, and I'd like to talk to you folks tonight about workers' comp in the state of Washington and across America. What I'd like to talk about mostly today is how our own injured workers are divided, just like America itself. We need to talk about that because we're not going to get the minimum federal standards we need for injured workers in America if us injured workers can't come together and take out and call out both our lawmakers from both the Republican and the Democrat sides that are waging war against us injured workers, then nothing's going to get fixed. Now, I'm sorry, when Mr. Trump has gotten in office, and one of his first things he did was remove one of the federal rules that Obama did with his magic little wand, which the President Trump said he was not going to do any of. He wasn't going to be waving that magic wand like Obama did. But nonetheless, Obama waved his magic wand to give injured workers this thing through OSHA where we would track the on-the-job injuries so that we could see how many people are being harmed so that we could address the war on injured workers across this country. If we aren't tracking injured workers, then nobody's being harmed and everybody thinks everything's fine because nobody's being hurt. That needs to stop. And when our own president is standing up and citing for covering up the harm done to injured workers, that needs to be addressed and not have my own fellow comrades who are injured workers telling me I need to vote for a gentleman who, first time he gets in office, he takes away the one thing the one good thing Obama did do for the injured workers. He still could have stood up and done a lot more for us, and he did not. But what he did do, Mr. Trump got in and took his little magic wand and took it the fuck away. Now don't tell me that man is there to help us all. That is a businessman whose only interest is to serve his own pocketbook as well as his elite friends. And you can't tell me that this merry band of billionaires has any interest of fucking stopping the war on injured workers. Let's get real. Now, I'm not saying my fucking Democrats are any less fucking dirty because Senator Markle, your ass in the state of Washington, needs to be held to account. You need to be called out. You and Marilyn Chase both know there's a war being waged upon us. You know we need federal minimum standards, and you're standing in the way of us getting that shit addressed. You're as bad as Trump at this point. Now, I'm not going to take this anymore. I have put my life on the line. You people have watched me for 4 fucking years, waiting to see if I'm going to go postal or not. I'm like the train wreck or the car wreck that you all drive by, and you say, has he gone off yet? Well, no, he's not. Because you want to know why, motherfuckers? Because I'm a pacifist. I'm a liberal. And you can be goddamn thankful of that. But this needs to be addressed. And I'm not going to keep laying my life on the line, putting my family's life on the line, going to jail fucking 2 times over this shit. 3 months one time, 2 months another fucking time. Mental health services throughout the whole fucking deal. Now, I'm sorry. This is harming people. And we have both parties harming people. And you can't keep setting up and telling me to support some motherfucker who is not there for us. And neither are the Democrats on this issue. And this needs to be addressed. And that's why I'm trying to clean my party and my side of the street. But when other injured workers come out and say, hoo-ha-hoo, let's go ahead and support Mr. Trump, he's going to be there for us, then you stab me in the back just like the other motherfuckers. So, injured workers, let's get on the same fucking page here. Now, I'm sorry, you can't tell me to support a man who wants to kick out half the fucking injured workers in America. Because half of them, whether you like it or not, are fucking immigrants. Whether they're documented or undocumented, legal or are fucking illegal, I don't give a shit. They're men and women who work and who are being harmed and cheated. And now you want to say kick out half them motherfuckers? Well, that sounds really good to the people who are fucking injured workers. Yeah, let's go ahead and kick out half of the motherfuckers we're screwing over. That's going to fill their pockets up some more, like if they're not already being filled up. No, you don't hate on your brothers and sisters who are there working side by side with you so that these corporations and ALEC can fucking rip us off. And don't tell me to side with fucking Trump or side with fucking Jay Inslee and his corporate fucking Mary Brigade either. Because both of these fucking parties are fucking us in the ass. And I'm telling you, you are not going to have a band of fucking married billionaires stand up and fight for injured workers. If you want something fixed in this country, don't take it from a loudmouth fucking millionaire who's a goddamn actor. Listen to me. I'm trying to help your fucking asses. I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat. For 15 years, I lifted your asses up and down in them fucking beds as a patient care technician. You were a truck driver. You were a lawyer. You were a fucking judge. I didn't fucking care. I took care of your ass. And when it came time for me, the help was not there. And it's not help there for a lot of other workers, whether you're Republican or Democrat. And we need to get real and get honest and stop hating our fucking brothers and sisters and one another and start fighting the real fucking enemy, and that is Trump, ALEC, and fucking people like Jay Inslee. We need to be supporting people like Bernie Sanders who are standing up and fighting for our fucking rights. And now he is calling for federal minimum standards over broken state work comp systems. Senator Patty Murray is calling for 10 of them, 10 U.S. fucking Democrat senators are lone fucking voices who only spoke up once like 3 fucking years ago and ain't saying a fucking word since. I'm sorry. We're being placated and misled by both goddamn parties, and this shit needs to be addressed. And I'm thankful. Now, I do have somebody from the Dem Party who is trying to have our voices heard here in Washington State and bringing it forth to a platform so that we can maybe get these issues addressed with some federal minimum standards that our Senator Sanders is calling for, and Patty Murray. So we have the Bernie-crats and the Clintonites both calling for this. And sadly enough, it was a Nixon Republican president that said we need federal minimum standards freaking 30 years ago. Now, I'm sorry. If Trump ain't calling for minimum federal standards that will help us, not harm us, that's another thing you got to watch out. Is even if we do get them screaming for the shit that we need, they'll take more away than giving to us. But it needs to be done. We need a minimum federal standards like we have a minimum federal wage. And I'm sorry, we need both. And to stand in the way of those things that need to be done, you're not helping any of us. You got to let go of all your biases. I am standing up fighting my own Democrats in this goddamn state. I am making a fool of myself and making a goddamn ass and going fucking insane fighting my own goddamn party when you goddamn other fucking interchurchers, conservatives, have been voting all that way of life, won't stand up and call out your own people on your own fucking side. This is ridiculous. Why does it got to be the Democrats stand up and fucking try to fight and call out our own Democrats that are dirty when nobody wants to call out the Republicans who created this war on us to start with? How can I get help from the Democratic Party to try and make the Republican Party do right by us if all the other injured workers are telling me to vote for the other side? What it feels like to me is I've got these people saying, well, we've got Democrats on our we've got Democrats on our ship, or no, not Democrats. We've got traitors on our ship, is what they're telling me. We got these few traitors, and we're calling them out. And Dianne Feinstein and this other Democrat, and I can't remember, Pelosi. We're going to call out 2 of those and try to say they need criminal charges, but not call out the Republican Party and all the ones that led this shit to, and turned a blind eye to the abuse just as much as Dianne Feinstein did. They both need to be called out. All of them need to be called out. Not just clear out just 2 Republican dinos that probably need to go. I agree with that. But so do the Republican dinos that have helped create this war, and to kick back, and we have to come together as Democrats and Republicans, because this is a rich versus poor. This is the industry versus labor. If you can't see that, and you can't see that the one party isn't working to help labor, or the other party is working to take all the safeguards away that labor fought for 100 fucking years. It's insulting to me at this point as an injured worker who's fighting his own party to try and clean its side of the street, when the other injured workers say, keep fighting for my side of the street. Like I said, they're saying, well, you got traitors in your ship and all that ship, so jump over to our ship. Well, that's the ship that's waging war on our ship. You got to come together here somehow. We can't hate on all our brothers and sisters. I'm sorry. That is not going to solve the problem. And we do know the solution to the problem. Republican injured workers and Democrat injured workers both agree that we need minimum federal standards, but neither one of the Republicans at the top or the other ones want to get us those federal standards. And the few ones that are fighting for that are the 10 U.S. Democrats that have spoken up. Why don't you get some Republicans on board and supporting them with a letter to the fucking U.S. Department of Labor calling for federal oversight? Damn it, I'm not going to take this shit no more. I won't take it from injured workers. I won't take it from Democrats. I won't take it from a fucking dirty doctor. You will not fucking wage war on laborers while I'm on watch. And I'm sorry, that's the deal now. Mr. Darren is on fucking watch. He is the fucking labor sheriff. I've been self-anointed, self-appointed, and ordained by God for you Christians out there, if you want to go by that. Because that's what I'm running on. I'm running on honesty and telling the fucking truth that we're harming humans for profit, and that needs to stop, no matter what party you're in. Now get real and stop trying to tell me to vote for either a Democrat, Marco Aurelius, who has sold our fucking asses out, or Mr. Trump, who don't give a fuck, who's an actor who will bend your ass over as an injured worker and stick it to you just like Marco will. Fucking idiots.